DeadlyDrac is back with another episode of Monster Man Reviews, filling your screens with terror. So beware, you are in for a scare. Because when I'm not on the hunt for humans on the prowl for blood, I'm here reviewing good horror movies. So let's get into it. First of all, let me acknowledge those new subscribers to my channel. Thank you so much for the support, and I really appreciate it, and thank you guys, and hope you enjoyed this review. And now I just want to give fair warning that this is full spoiler territory, so if you have not seen the film, here's my little short review for you before you can watch. It was good. Watch the movie now. Now let's get to the bloody details and for today's topic, which is The Hunt, released in 2020 recently, directed by Craig Zobel and is starring Betty Gilpin, Ike Barinholtz, Wayne Duvall, Ethan Suplee, and Hilary Swank. Now, plain and simple, it's purely a satire of all sides of the political spectrum constantly at each other's throats, hunting humans for sport. Now, this is a concept that has been seen in countless other movies, just to name a few. But although the film might get too political for the viewer's taste, but that's the point of a satire, and for that the humor hits and delivers each viewing, along with entertaining characters and violence that does not hold back the gore. Also, Betty Gilpin as Crystal is mesmerizing in her badass performance. That is the most to enjoy with the film, along with Gary, played by Ethan Suplee. And also, seeing Hilary Swank in this film was a stunning surprise. She's seriously come a long way since the next Karate Kid. All around surprising cast, especially Glenn Howerton from It's Always Sunny, or for those of you familiar with him in The Strangers. The film has comedic humor along with great combat, and one thing I love that the first 20 minutes has no definitive character and staggers on the deplorables deciding what to do this hunting season. Now, this is a film I would call a sleeper peeper, and which is a new term I made up on the fly for those unfamiliar. A sleeper peeper is a film, new or old, that you viewed but has fell under your radar completely, that you slept on, that turned out to be a huge and great surprise, and that's where this film fits into that category. But to start off, I'm going to Tarantino style this oppositely and tell it in chronological order so you have a better understanding, because it was a little hard for me to follow at times. So this group of rich elites worked for this big corporation, and this group sent a thread, and a woman called Athena joked about slaughtering a bunch of deplorables, and this joke for some reason goes viral, which causes the corporation to fire those responsible. And the reason these rich assholes are hunting humans are due to their political background solely, and to act as revenge, because in their eyes, the public are solely responsible for their misfortune, making their joke a reality, which made no sense to me, as that's like a man joking about a child and me calling him a pedophile and then him turning out to be a pedophile because I turned him into one. See what I mean? Also, to get into the story, I also wanted to mention the eccentric characters that never had to be mentioned, but also became body bags along the way. So I did give you that spoiler warning. Like, there is Crystal, who played by Betty Gilpin in Staten Island, and Gary, and Yoga Pants, cameoed by Emma Roberts, which was a big surprise. Target, which you'll know who that is, Vanilla Nice, which I thought that was a very funny name, Big Red, Dawn, and also the final character being Athena. What I like most is the movie starts with the game set in motion with no definitive main character at first. The piggies wake up in a docile state, unaware of their surroundings, and begin to realize, to no surprise, they are being hunted at Manorgate for sport, being slaughtered left and right. Wink, wink. Not holding back up to the gore, long after Staten Island leads the group to refuge, they seek help from a friendly gas station owner's Ma and Pop, but all intentions prove to be fatal, with Ma and Pop gassing the last batch of the characters, only to prepare for the victim to stumble in next. Tension is at ease. This woman, Crystal, can tell something is off for how simple her character is. She pulls off very well with using survival techniques as instincts to get through this day of hell and being hunted for her life. After Crystal and Gary meet up and seek refuge to safety, all fails after they board a train along with illegal immigrants. The train comes to a halt and they become interrogated by military troops. By the looks of it, they aren't in Kansas anymore, as my little joke. There's some stuff I am skipping over a little bit, but after Dawn and Crystal, sorry, I fucked up. Gary does do something by calling out one of the illegals, saying that they're actors, which proves to be true after one of the actors says that he is an actor, but none of the illegals are actors, and he even tries to warn Gary about his hunting game, but after that, Dawn and Crystal realize they're not even in America, with this government official taking them to the U.S. Embassy finally. However, this scene goes with, I'll call this agent Mr. Bullshit, and Mr. Bullshit starts questioning Dawn and Crystal about why each of them were specifically hunted, but Crystal, being the badass that she is, nips that conversation in the bud after they talk about what to do next. I'm missing a few things here, but I'm here to give a spoiler on the gore, whereas the story is pretty close to every hunting movie that we've seen so far. The only thing that makes it stand out is Crystal and her badass character, which adds some of my favorite scenes revealing her military background. She trusts no one, and after Athena radios Dawn to kill Crystal, tricking Crystal into believing that Dawn is one of the hunters, she Han Solos his ass and shoots first, heading right to Athena's manor to settle the score finally, and it's another one of my favorite scenes of the movie. The head-on combat, sorry guys, is intense and violent with great comedic elements, and seeing Hilary Swank in this film was a stunning surprise since I had not seen her since Million Dollar Baby's performance, so it was definitely nice of a surprise to find her in this movie and see what a badass she still is. She definitely trained and fought very well against Betty Gilpin, who definitely gave a very nice performance in this film. And I was also very unfamiliar with her work as well, but she definitely delivers well in this film, and I really appreciate it. The only thing I would have to gripe about is how sudden the film ends, but to no avail. Things end with Crystal finally getting revenge on Athena, killing her, and getting her way home finally. And that's where the movie cuts off, and that's where I feel like it could have explored a little more, but that's just me wanting to see more of the story. But I do appreciate most of the combat and the comedic elements on both of the political spectrum. So for me, I'm not very political, so I did enjoy it for the most part. Before DeadlyDrac gets it to a rating, let me address what I meant about character exploration. All the political piggies were just there to be body bags, and though the dialogue paints an image on who the characters are, I personally would have just liked to have seen more characters with development aside from being carnage candy. After everyone is killed off, the proper character is introduced to the story and kills all the hunters without hesitation. But for the most part, Betty Gilpin and Hilary Swank are easily the best good and evil duo going hand in hand. Out of all the hunt movies out there, what I like most that stands apart from the rest is how direct the movie is. Why, I know I'm contradicting myself, but beggars can't be choosers. For the most part, I had a thrill with this one, despite hardly seeing this in theaters. This was indeed a sleeper peeper that some of us missed out on, that I highly recommend. Now for DeadlyDrac's rating, I give it a 7.3 out of 10. This was easily enjoyable for each viewer, and hope this spoiler review encourages you to pick this movie up for yourself. This has been DeadlyDrac's review at Monster Man Reviews. Hope you piggies like, comment, subscribe, and happy hunting season.